El Salvador is the smallest country in Central America, and it has for many years suffered the combined effects of military dictatorship, civil war, crippling poverty, and high levels of violent crime. It is therefore no surprise that large numbers of El Salvadorians have fled the country over many decades, including around 1 million during the period of the Civil War between 1981 and 1992. And it was in the late 80s and early 90s that the first El Salvadorian families came to Tasmania to settle, of whom Roque and his family was one. Roque has now lived in Tasmania for over 30 years, and in this episode you'll hear how he's made a successful and happy life for himself and his family in Latrobe in northern Tasmania, and how his meeting with some guardian angels helped him get started in his new life.
I live in El Salvador, the east part, the department they call Sonsonate, and they have a village around there. One of the small village they call Nahuizalco. I'm from that little village. It's only about 10 kilometers away from the capital department, you know. And I born in 1966, and I have a very happy life when I was a child, with my parents, my grandparents as well. And I was enjoying when I like to play soccer. I like to have hobbies like play soccer, swimming, basketball, volleyball, and running horses. Too, I like it because I remember when my grandfather, he was the mayor in my town. My brother, he asked him to buy a push bike, and my cousin asked my uncles to buy a push bike, and my friends too. And I asked my father to buy a horse for me, because when we're going to swim into the river, when we're going, it's very easy because all is on the hill. But when we come back, after swimming and playing in the river, we're very, very tired. But I think I get a horse, because making it easy for me. But also was a very good choice because I put a rope to my horse, and the horse helped to my friend to push up to climb to the big hill. And that's one of the good memories I got when I was a kid, and the good memories when I play in different things, basketball or volleyball or soccer, meet a lot of friends. But when I was teenager, in the late 70s, early 80s, they exploded the civilian war in El Salvador, and they fighting with the government because the government was for a very military government, and the people fighting for a better lives, better opportunities, and they put another president, the first civilian president. He won, but the government doesn't give it the victory to him, and they put a military, and that happened. All the students from the university, they run away to the mountain, and they start to put all the guns and training the people to fighting with the army. And that war is for about 12 years, I think. And at the end of the war, all of my friends, some of them, they escaped from El Salvador because that's the only choice you have. Escape to America, for a better future, for a safety. And some people, they apply for refugee program. One of them is my family and I. We're coming here to Australia in 1992 for a refugee program. And also all the people coming to Europe too for the refugee. People living in Spain and Switzerland and a lot of countries in Europe, And some of them, they haven't got the opportunity to apply for a refugee program. They go illegal to America, and that's in the early 80s, middle 80s, was a little bit easier to cross the border. And they go there, and thanks God, now they have a good life because about 2 months ago, we back to El Salvador. After 33 years, I live here in Tasmania. I never back before. Because before it was a very dangerous country. El Salvador was the number one, I think, and the dangerous country in El Salvador. The people, you can lose your life for $1 or for a cigarette or, drug or whatever, for nothing. Because when you want to introduced to the group of vandalism, you have to do something. The boss tells you, you kill somebody.
Okay.
And doesn't matter, just bad luck. You go in the bad moment and the bad time, they kill you. And the life doesn't value nothing in that moment.
So by the sounds of it, the area where you grew up was quite a rural area, more of a farming sort of area?
No, it's a little town, you know.
Okay,
It's a little town. We have everything there, but people, they have farmers, coffee farmers, or they put up a small property, probably 2-3 acres, and the people growing coffee or people growing fruit, But that people live in the town.
Yep.
And some people, they call colonial. The people look after your property. You give you a little house for free, But
Okay.
the responsibility for them is look after the trees, look after the fruit, look after everything, look after your property, And they live free there, but sometimes they have to working for you, or they'll give you sometimes piece of land for them, and they put the seed or the corn or the beans or anything there, and they give it to you, some part of them, or they pay you before renting, for the land. And most of the people do that way, but some people now, they don't do that way. They produce his own. When it's big farmers, like big coffee farm, they produce his own coffee, or sugar cane, they produce on sugar cane, or cotton, they produce the cotton. And that's what they happen, the life of the, you can see very clear the poor people and the middle class people. Mm-hmm. I'm not coming from the rich. I'm coming from the middle class, because my parents was teachers, and I'm happy. For me, I have a very, very happy life. I think a very happy life.
So when you were growing up, like at school age, did you have any ambition or plan in what you were going to do with your life, or with your did your family push you in some direction?
No, actually they want to be a study for look after the farmer.
Okay.
Because it's my mother, she got a little small coffee farm, and a small fruit farm too. And that's what happen, all the fruit, every season, or the fruit, my uncle, he pick it up, took it to my grandmother, and she make ice cream. And they sell it ice cream in my home too as well. And they say, when you're growing up, you have to look after the farm.
Okay.
And I say, yeah. I say, but I never interested, I really like it to play with my friends. And I like to build a sport, especially, I like more sport and anything. I put them soccer all the time, soccer. And they say, my mom, for example, tell me sometimes, hey, you have to look after the shop today. I say, yes. And now, half an hour before she called me, I run away. I disappear. Because go with my friend to play or swimming in the river. And never pushed me to do whatever I want to do. Just when I was growing up, I learned to be an electrician in El Salvador, and I connecting all the houses to power from the people. And when I married, actually, I working in the port when they export all the coffee. Okay. I had to check the containers and everything, which class of coffee is, where they go, how many papers, working in there. And I put all the containers and the chips, and I got to the office, gave it to my boss, the paper, everything is all right. That's the number of kilos. That's my job there, working in there. I have a nice life.
Yeah, so it's a good job?
Yeah, no, it was very good. Good job. And that's days, because when the government control all the production of the coffee, they call it in cafe, but it's lucky you can have a job there. They have a lot of opportunities, nice, they pay for you all extra time, they pay for you for your medical certificate. It's cash. With my kids born, they look after them.
So when did you start to think that you might have to leave El Salvador? What was that?
When we received the sign to start killing the teachers, and my wife was teacher, I told you. Okay. And somebody painting in the wall, say, prepare your coffins, I kill you because you're communists. But that's the idea, they say, because the teacher teach the kids, education, and tell what's the opportunity, working for a better money, for a better salary, better life. But I thinking, well, it's a lot of students, too, from the university, they grow into the fighting with the militaries, going to the mountains, get the guns, and shooting and everything. And I think we stop all this, and they thinking all the teachers teaching all the bad ideas to the kids, because that time was a military government, I tell you, they do a bad thing. Sometimes the military go into the small village in the town and they kill all the village, including babies, pregnant women, and terrible. I can't want to tell bad things, to very, very bad memories coming to me, When I don't like to talk much about that.
Sure.
But it was very, 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 very dangerous. And this happened, a lot of people from the small village, they run away, and sometimes they lost his life, and sometimes they lucky they go into the other countries and start again. That's the hard part. But some people, they go into Mexico or USA, but they going with illegal. No? It's different when you come in legal in one country, like here with us, we're coming here very legal, and all the government look after us, and they give it all the opportunities to building one of the members of person here in Australia, But that people, I'm very sorry for them. Many people die, and they try to save his life.
Cuando viene la aurora, pintada de arrebol.
El Salvador divided in three parts, East, Central, and West. But I live in East. East part in 1945, that's the one when the first time all people from the country, made a revolution, and the army killed nearly all of indigenous people, a lot. But in these days, in the second war, I call it the second, people say only one war, but this is the second one. It was in the West. On my side was not too bad. Was very, very safety, not 100%, but still some people coming, the night time coming, the people from they call that square, and they coming and they took the people from the houses and killed them, it's very sad, yeah. I look, but not really bad like in the West area, they killed all the village. But in my village, in my country, my town, they kill only a few, because the government, they know this is very friendly for the guerrilla. Or sometimes you had the same name of somebody else being to the guerrilla for confusing, they kill you. That's very, very bad. But it wasn't too bad in my area at that day. But it's still dangerous. That happened, I told you, when they discover my wife, she was a teacher, and they put me in the sign on the wall. Doesn't mean I run away from here, otherwise I had to be here.
After that, what did you do? What was the plan to get out?
Well, my Angelica's sister, my wife, she was before here because she's a teacher too, and his husband was a teacher too, and he applied to coming here. And we say, hey, we have to go. We can't live here anymore. This is no good country. And especially, and they say, we have the war is nearly finished. They say, they try to film the peace, sign of peace. And I say, no, but we have to go before. The other way, we know what happened after the war, no? And that's what happened in El Salvador after the war. When we live there, still in war, but when we come here, a few years after, they start to building group of vandalists, the people, the one I tell you, kill each other, one group to the other group. And El Salvador was a very dangerous country after the war, because in the war, I think was about 80,000 people died. But with this war between vandalist groups, they killed more than 100,000 people, more than 100,000 people. And only probably 10 years too. Probably double than the war. And the war is a war, but this one here is only kill somebody for killing. Just killing for killing. Still in the bad time, in the wrong time, in the wrong side, and wrong place. It's very bad. But we are lucky to be here, and I say to Angelica, when we listen the news, because we have remember years ago we had, still the SBS, the news, they put the Spanish news well in there, and we listen all the time, and all the news from El Salvador, only bad thing, kill some people there, kill somebody. Some the vandals catch the bus, leave the people inside and then push the fire. The body dead, burning into the bus. Was very, very, very dangerous, very dangerous.
Cuando viene la aurora pintada de arrebol.
When I come in here, the first thing I remember when I come in the airplane, I looking only bush and cows and sheep, and I thinking, what happened here? I thinking I had to build in my own house, or give me a timber or tin or whatever, not to building a house. But my friends, the people received me. Yeah, a few people from El Salvador live here. I asked them, what's the houses here? And they say, no, we don't live like this. We have a town there, a beautiful town. You like it, you see. That's true. When I came into the small town, actually it was Devonport in Tasmania. It was a really nice town. It was a bit small, but quiet, and I like the quiet town. But my town in El Salvador was very, very, very noisy. Okay. Because you see every morning the people kill the pig. You listen about 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, they say, wee! And the roosters and the buses with the horns, 6 o'clock, everybody wake up. But here I come in and I look into, especially in winter time, and that day it's all quiet. I can sleep all day. But I've been attending an English school, for the first couple of years, and I start with me and my wife, the kids going to school, and we start learning a little bit English, and we had the first opportunity to work, and we feeling first own money, here, and we pay own tax as well. And bit by bit, our English was a little bit better, because when I come in here, I didn't speak nothing at all English, I remember when the lady working in the airplane tell me, will you lie, I try to catch up the last thing she say. She say, meat, say chicken. When they gave it to food, or gave it beer, or cordial or anything, but lucky with the Coca-Cola, it's more easy for us, because this is universal work. But it was very, very, very hard when start the beginning. But now, we like it say after 33 years here, we have my granddaughter. We have my two daughters. They are already parents. My youngest one, she born triplets. I have a triplets granddaughter, and my eldest one, she have one child only. She have a daughter, and now we have 4 granddaughters. And thanks God, they're very, very happy girls, very happy kids. And always we tell them, all the family together, we confront all the problems, all the happiness, all the good happiness. The parties, we are together, and the bad moments, we went together. But it's very close family.
And why Australia at that time?
Because when I've been there, we had, I think, 2 choices, Australia or Canada. But I say to my wife, I want to live here. I want to live very most far away I can. Okay. Because I'm sick to see the war, the system of the government and everything there. We have to change everything, change the life, change everything. And I think it was a good choice, come to here, very nice. Because I meet here a great, great, great people. I said, sometime my wife, she told me, we are Christianity. And I said, we have a custodian angelo, personal angelo. And sometimes we see our angelos here, because we meet a lot of good people here to help us, especially in the first year when we come in here. A lot of Australian people, they help us, unbelievable. I'm very gratitude with all the Australian people. They are very, very, very nice.
Cuando viene la aurora pintada de arrebol.
But here in Tassie, it's more conservative, that your neighbor all the time say, hello, how are you? they have some veggies or anything, they give it to you for nothing. Or they got a fishing, hey, mate, you want to fish? And that's really, really nice people here in Tassie.
And so, what did you know about Australia or Tasmania before?
Only the kangaroos and the koala.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
all I know. Yeah, including when I coming here to Australia, I didn't know they speak English here. But because in El Salvador, when we go to school, they teach us it's America, Europe, Africa, and another continent,
Mm-hmm.
But that's all. And we know that in Australia live kangaroos, koalas. That's it. Nothing much. But in those days, I'm happy, The first things, we're feeling happy.
Mm-hmm.
We're feeling safety. The most important thing, safety. Including when, we're watching the policemen, we don't like much.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're coming with the memory from El Salvador, how bad they are there. And the school and the English class, the teacher, we're talking to the teacher what happened, the situation in El Salvador, the thing I'm talking to you now. And they say, oh, really bad people, yeah. No, I say, the policeman here, what's your friend? And actually, she invited a couple of policemen to the school, and they explain what happened to us, because probably psychology problem. But they come in and we look and they say, no, we're not coming here, we're not corruption, we're not kill you, we're not hit you. Also, if you are in trouble, you call us, we're coming to help you, we play to help you. That's different, no? And the time pass, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 1 year, 2 years. And actually, we're looking at cops help us all the time. And actually, one of our nephew was a policeman, but he passed away. And the other one now is in the army. And we are happy with the discipline they have here.
And so, in the first few years of adapting to life in Tasmania, what would you say were the most challenging things?
The food. I think the food and the language as well.
Yep.
Sometimes we had to go to the doctors and we had to talking to them by signals what is wrong we have, and he have to guessing. I know what you want. And they give it the medicine to us, and that's but I think the first thing was the language. Second thing probably was the food, and what's the third one? Nothing else, isn't it? Yes, the weather.
Okay, yes.
It's really, really cold here compared to El Salvador, no? Because we're coming with the country, probably in winter 30 degrees, summer 32 degrees.
Yeah.
That's only 2 seasons, wet and dry, and that's it. But we're coming here, especially in Christmas, the first Christmas we're coming in November here, but we're in Christmas here, we still with jumper, with sweater and, jumper, because for us, we're still calling, but after 30 years now, be all right.
You've adapted.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a bit changed, start to plan to rules to Australia, driving to opposite side to America too, and change the language, looking at costumes here in Australia, especially Sunday's barbecues,
Yeah.
That's really nice. I pick it up, the best thing.
At the beginning, was it easy to get to know people, to make new friends and things like that?
Yeah, we start to make friends in the school, English school. They're coming a lot of people there to learn English. People from France, from Vietnam, from Malaysia, from a lot of places in the world there. Start to meet them, and they introduce to us his Australian friends, and we start to make a friend with our neighbors, and they go to the kids. And probably in a couple of years I'll be here, they're coming a lot of family from El Salvador, and we're making a soccer team from El Salvador here, and we try to introduce all Australian people with our team as well, and they really enjoy, we're flying, and that's happened. We start building friends, more friends, this introduce this one, and this one introduce another two, and make a parties, too, because I like the parties. I used to was a DJ in El Salvador too.
Okay.
And I'm building my own discotheque here, because with the man I'm working, he liked the parties too, and he pushed me. He said, "I'll show you where we can buy the gears." And he showed me where I can buy the mixer, what the CDs, and the speakers and everything. And we rent in the hall, and we invite all the Australian people and the Salvadorian people, all Latin American people, no? Not only Salvadorian, they're coming from Colombia, from Uruguay, from Argentina, put Spanish music and got the rhythm, you know. And people really like it, no? And we still friends, you know, and they remember that days. And they, "Hey, Roque, you remember that? Oh, yeah. You can move it now? No, I'm getting too old now, so my body now." But it was very, very, very nice. You know, that happened. We building more friends coming like this. Because we meet a couple of friends, but this friend introduced another ones and this one. And especially when we start working in the factories, we meet more people, you know. I used to be working in 1, 2, 3, 4 factories.
Yeah.
Devonport is a very small town. They know each other.
Cuando viene la aurora pintada de arrebol.
You know, I've been there for 8 months, I think. And I visit Latrobe. He got a market every Sunday. I went to the market one man coming close to me, and they say, "Hey, you work?" I say, "No, but I understand just a little bit." I say, "No, you understand yes, no? Yes. You understand left and right? Yes. You can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? Yes. Enough. You work with me."
Okay.
I say, "What did he say?" "I'm going to show you." They took me to his place, and he showed me a big truck, and they say, "This is my truck. My company is to put the insulations in the houses. You don't need to talk with nobody else." They say, "Just only put the insulation, show you the job, and you're working with me." "Oh, great. Okay." And they teach me, you know, how they do it, and well, that's really new for me. In El Salvador, we don't need insulation, nothing.
Yeah.
But they teach me, you know, and I meet a lot of builders and a lot of plumbers and electricians, all the people working in the construction. And I'm working for him for probably about first year, I think. I've been working with him. And he asked me all the time to make a party because he liked the parties all the time. "Roque, we make a party." "Yeah, okay, let's go." Father's Day, Mother's Day, Christmas Day, any excuse to make a party. We make parties. And one day he said to me, "We're going to Launceston." I've been working for him for probably more than a year, 15 months roughly. And they said to me in Launceston, "Roque, we have to waiting for the next house is not ready." "Okay, what's the time?" 11 o'clock, the house is ready about 2 o'clock. "I share you the coffee." We go to the mall. "All right." We're going to the mall. We're sitting there, and I have give me a cup of coffee with a sausage roll, really Aussie food now. And he got one too, and they say to me, "Roque, why you not get a house?" "Oh, it's too much money for deposit." And that's day, and I say to him, "No, I haven't got money enough. But you want to have a house?" "Oh, yes, that's in my dream, you know, building my first house here. That's the reason I come here. To where I start to saving, but at the moment I couldn't because I got my 2 kids in the school, you know, my wife doesn't work." "Okay. Really want a house?" "Yeah. How much you pay for rent?" And I say, 125. "All right, come with me." I go with him, go to the office, one lawyer's there, and I say, "Hey," they say, the lawyer. But in those days, I didn't understand much. He told me later, you know, when I speak better English. But in those days, I catch up a little bit. And he told to the lawyers, "This boy, he want to build a house." And he needed $5,000 or $6,000 deposit in that day. But it's hard to get $6,000 in that day too. And they say to me, no. He say, he got a block of land. And I'm watching him. I say, "A block of land." And I say, doesn't say nothing. Say, "Oh, he got a block of land." "Yeah." "Okay, bring tomorrow." He say, and I can working for him. What type of house we can give it to him? "Yeah, but he doesn't want to pay more than $125 a week." Tell him, try away. All right, we're coming tomorrow. But we need to bring the document. He's the owner for the block of land. He wanted, and I showed him what the classification of the house, we can give it to him. "Okay," I say. And we're going, and I told him outside, "What place of land? I have a block of land, I don't need it. I give it to you." See, I say, so my angel, you know.
Yeah, wow.
And I say, really? Yeah. Okay, we're going to the lawyer, and he passed me all the block of land, my name and everything. I say, yeah. When we go into the housing, to building a house, he say, for 125, he have a house for 2-bedroom house, living, dining, and no, he say, he need 3-bedroom. He got 2 daughters, and they marriage, Papa and Mama. Where they sleep, not live together with the kid. No, 3-bedroom. No, I can't, because he need more salary. He say, no, we can't. And how much cost the other bedroom? And they say, he need to deposit $1,000. He got the money. He can show me the statement of the bank. No, he don't trust the bank. Okay. He coming from the country. They pinch the money from the bank. He got in a big pot under the bed. And I look at him and I say, wow, he was very funny. When I coming outside, I say, I haven't got money. I give it to you. He say, tomorrow. And he got to the bank. He took the $3,000, gave it to Angelica, and we're going to the. Oh yes, he said, with this deposit, you own the land. We can build in your house. And I have only in my pocket, when I start building the house, 20 cents. And next day I have start to building a house. And that day when I give it to me, the block of land, he got already probably 3 houses and 12 units. He was at the last time when I finished to work with him, in 12 years, he got about 12 houses, I think, and 45 units.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, well, he's rich now. Yeah. He sell everything when the price coming up. He sell everything. He say, I got too many headaches. He say, I want to sell everything and I enjoy my life. Okay, but we still friends. We look after each other. He's very nice. I really like him. And that happened. He building my first house. That's the story to building my first house. And I'm happy. We still living there. We got a lot of memories there. That's a good story for me. That's just my probably best story, because I told him, when I say I want a house, I tell him, but Angelica doesn't work. Angelica is the name of my wife. She doesn't work. If she work, she help me. Oh, he said, you want she working? Yes. What happened with the kids? I know, my kids, my mom, because my mom lived there, very close to her. My mom, she look after them. They can put on the bus and they catch up them when they come back to school. Okay, he say, I want to make a call, he say. And he calling on one of his best friends, was the manager of the Australian weaving mill, the big tile factory in Devonport. He say, hey, Frank, he say, I have a friend here. He say, good man, working for me for nearly 2 years. He say, a year and a half, but he say 2 years. And he have a wife, she looking for work. You have something to do? And she say, where's the people? Where from? El Salvador. Yeah, it's a small country, he say, but they're good people. Very happy, funny, they like party, they like everything. And they say, okay, tell her coming to visit me tomorrow about 9 o'clock in the morning. Okay, you tell Angelica, tomorrow 9 o'clock, yeah. And I go and I tell Angelica that, okay. She say, you going about 9 o'clock, you have interview. And she going and she say, no, you got a job. And she working in there for nearly 18 years.
Yeah.
And
what kind of work was that?
Make tiles. Factory, Australian weaving mill. They disappear now. They went same here. After he working with him, I go into the carpet factory they call Tascot, but they disappear too. And I go to the Australian weaving mill and disappear too. And I go to the Huon salmon farm, the production. And now I'm working with Ashcroft, the cheese production.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm very happy there.
Cuando viene la aurora, pintada de arrebol.
Are there still some traditions or customs from El Salvador that you still maintain?
And the birthdays. We celebrate all the time with the piñatas.
Oh, okay.
All the Australian people, I told you, because for the internet now, everybody know what is piñata. But when I came in here, when my girl was little, we celebrate with Angelica made the piñata, because we don't have shop here to buy. She make, but sometimes they make, I remember, and that day was the program of the bananas in pajama, isn't it? And she made one of the bananas in pajama. And one of the little kids, he crying because I kicked the banana with the stick.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they know. And after that, the Australian kid, no, they asked to Angelica, or now my daughter, she's the one, she building piñata. He said, hey, can you make one piñata for my daughter's birthday, for my son's birthday? Yeah, of course, we make it. And they make it. Still, the parties now, my granddaughter, every year when they celebrate his birthday, we broke a piñata, cake, and the music, and nice. This is one of the part of our culture, and especially the food as well. Mm-hmm. We have a food in El Salvador they call pupusas. Pupusas is, tortillas, the tortilla, but they filling inside with, the traditional one was the pork, beans, and cheese. But now in El Salvador, they put fish, they put everything, whatever you coming in your brain, you fill it up, put it in. Yeah, but we still, Angelica, she's still making here for us. A lot of Australian people, they love it. They really love it. I remember when my daughters study in the school celebrates once a year the fair of the school, and they ask, because they are about 4 or 5 mothers in the school, and the principal asked them, can you make pupusas for the fair at the school? Oh yes, you say. And they put together, we put everything, make the masa, prepare the cheese and everything. And all the people put the barbecue, the hamburgers, or everything, and different food, no? And the people start the first time they tasting, wow, you say, that's something different. You say, yeah. Well, first year wasn't too bad. Next year, wow. The other people doesn't sell until the pupusas finish. Yeah. People, and they say, how? I remember one of these men, they told me, how we can keep in that pupusas for longer? So I want to eat, for example, next week or week after. I told him, whoa, put in a plastic bag, put in the freezer, I told him, and when you want to eat, you put in the toasted. Mm-hmm. Really? Yeah, he said, put in the toasted, and they toast it for you, and you put cup or 3 or 4, whatever you want to eat. Okay. And they say, wait, how much cost the pupusas? $1 in those days. One man coming and they say, can I buy $50 of pupusas? $20 of pupusas. That's what happened. The people waiting so much. Because the people testing before, they know, they love it. They love it. And my boss, the man he gave me the block on land, he love it. He say, hey, when you make pupusas.
Cuando viene la aurora, pintada de arrebol.
Well, my grandmother, she gave a little storage, and in the morning the people have a cows, they give it to her 50 or 100 liters of milk, and they selling the milk to the people around my block of land, the block I live. And the milk left over, they couldn't sell it. She made cheese, or cream too, make cream first and then cheese. And sometimes they left over bread, my friends coming, we play soccer nighttime in the street, or anything, And they say, I tell them, are you hungry? Yes. You say, oh, stay here. And I go inside and I take some bread, I took some cheese, some cream, and I cut the bread in the middle and I put cheese and cream, and I give it to them, the bread. But I thinking, when I do that, I think I only a share because of my friends. Mm-hmm. But it's very surprised to me when I catch up one of my friends in America, they say, hey, Roque, I told to my kids, you are the one, you're a good heart because we haven't got nothing to eat in home. Sometimes the bread you give me, he say, I cut in 2 pieces and I give it to my sister in home. Wow, I didn't know that. I told, yeah, you didn't know because I never told you that, he said to me. But you should be telling me, I gave you 2 breads. And he say, no, but you was very good friend with us. He say, you all the time, you never eat for yourself. You always thinking to us. But this is part of my group, or my soccer team or anything. It's somebody have orange. We got 3 orange and we are 6. We cut in half and we give 1 half each and everybody enjoy. Everybody does it. I think, And I remember when my grandmother, she got a little machine to make ice cream for the shop. And she said to me, Rocky, yes, can you bring the ice cream? Everything is ready. And she gave me the container to put all the ice cream in the container and then put to the freezer. when I open, I look at my friend outside and I call them, come here from the back door. And I left over a little bit ice cream in the pot, the machine, Eat it now. That's the way to eat free, And I give it to my grandmother, the rest and the freezer. But they eat all the ice cream. Everybody has his own spoon, And that's nice to listen when the people told me like that. I say, I feel, I can't remember, a little bit sad, because I couldn't do more for them. But in those days, I didn't think was only a child, 12, 11 years old, Only thinking kid share his food, not like normal kid. You have something, get lollies, I give it to my friends, and never thinking this is a big help for them, But now they told me that story, and I say, wow, I feel good, my Italian. And that's nice to catch up them and listen stories like this, because all my friends of my age, they live in America. Some of them still in El Salvador, but not many, yes, a few.
And do the friends who live in America, do you think that, have they had a similar experience to you in Australia, or do you feel you were lucky to
yes.
Australia?
Yes, I told them, I said, I call him gratitude I do for you, and for my other friends, Australia pay me back. You see, my friend, he gave me a block of land. I haven't got nothing, not got only 20 cents in my pocket, I remember. Because I drink a coffee and the lady gave me 20 cents left over. Because the coffee was 80 cents. I pay for $1 and she gave me, because I never give money when I working, because I got climbing in the roof all the time, you lost your money. And I got 20 cents, and that fella, he helped me to building my first house, And I think it's pay back all my good things, the good thing you've done. And say you receive, sometimes people say when you give something, you receive 100% more. And that is true, because I experienced that thing. And I think I told my wife and my friends, he told me, my family, are you all the time, you're very happy, he said, that happened, feeling like you don't care about the problems. But I told them, because I remember when my father-in-law, he told me, if you bad thing, you can fix it. If you big thing, you couldn't fix it. Just live the life. That's it. Don't be concentrating much on the problems. And that happened to me too. I never put the problems or any bad situation in front of. The first thing for me was my family, First, my wife, my kids, and I think God blessed me, I feel a lucky man, really lucky man.
Cuando viene la aurora.